Hi ladies, how are you all? Hope you're all doing really well and keeping healthy. Enjoying the really lovely weather out there today. So I'm recording this week's video. This is actually the second time I'm recording this video. I have already made this dish literally an hour ago. I recorded it all, but it didn't save on my phone. Well, the video did save, but it got deleted somehow. I don't know how, and I'm just so angry and annoyed, but don't worry, I'm gonna do it all again because I actually want you guys to see this recipe because it's so easy and it's so tasty and convenient, and you can play around with it so many ways. So this video is actually going to be shorter because I've already done all the steps, but it'll probably work out better for you anyway because you won't have to see me doing all the little like nitty-gritty things or boiling and cutting things. Right, so sometimes I get really kind of bored of making the same kind of things or the regular things that I do make, and sometimes you just need that inspiration. And when I'm going to supermarkets to do my daily shop or my weekly shop, I kind of get my inspiration from seeing the fresh ingredients that are out, or you know, the fruits and vegetables that are in season. And even if I get bored with that, then what I do is go in the ready-made food aisle. So you know, you have the refrigerator ready-made aisle where you have the ready-made meals. I would look at them and I'll kind of get ideas from them what to make for dinner tonight. For example, you know, you would see like spaghetti bolognese or mashed potato with steak, or you know, like prawn curry with rice. You just need an idea and then you can kind of work around it. So yesterday I was getting really bored and I saw spinach ravioli, and I thought, oh, that's a really good idea. But unfortunately it didn't have any ravioli in Tesco, shockingly. So I got something similar. I got this pasta. This is called cangioli pasta. So these are really big pasta shells. You get the very small ones as well, which you probably make regularly. These are the really big ones, and the idea of these ones is that you can fill them up with a filling. The typical filling people would do would be like minced meat or you know, bacon or ham, but a very another popular one is spinach and ricotta cheese. So I'm going to be doing something similar to that. Spinach, as you know, it's always in season in Britain, so we're kind of lucky with that. So you don't have to stick to the rules, you don't have to stick to the filling that I'm showing you. This is just to give you an idea of how you can make this. You can use fillings like courgettes, roasted peppers, butternut mushrooms, chestnut mushrooms, sorry, or squash, any kind of filling that you like. If you're not a vegetarian, you can even do fish kind of filling, a meaty kind of filling, anything you like. So instead of ricotta, I actually got some mozzarella. I just really think summer and mozzarella go really well, and these vine tomatoes are in season as well. Vine tomatoes are really juicy, and they've got like a very soury kick to them as well, and I think the combination of these three go really well together. And then obviously you need a pasta sauce. You can make your homemade pasta sauce. Vine tomatoes are perfect to make pasta sauce from home, but if you're looking for a quick fix, then go ahead and buy a ready-made sauce, a pasta sauce. Now, just to give you a little bit of a tip about pasta sauces, if you do go in the supermarkets, try to avoid buying the branded pasta sauces, like the branded ones. The reason why is if you compare them with the supermarket owned brands, then the branded, the more expensive pasta sauces, they actually have a very high sugar content compared to the lower brand ones. So the fat content is higher, the carbohydrates is higher, the sugars are higher, and then the salt is also much more as well. And I've experienced this over many years of buying pasta sauces. You know, I spend time in the aisle just comparing the nutritional information at the back, and you kind of taste it as well. And you would think that, okay, maybe these expensive sauces, they probably use richer tomatoes or more sweeter tomatoes. They probably do as well, but they also use a lot more sugar to sweeten the sauces. So if you are going to be buying a ready-made sauce, try to go for, I'm not saying go for the cheaper brand to save money, but try and go for the lower quality brands. You would be surprised to see that their sugar content is much more less. Now, I was going to use ricotta cheese, but like I mentioned, I'm using mozzarella. You can use any cheese you like. So the stages that we're going to do is we're first going to boil the pasta shells, the cangioli pasta. But like you would do with normal pasta, if you were making pasta bolognese or, you know, pasta pasta sauce. We're not going to fully boil these shells. We're going to boil them for only about 5 minutes. Let me just show you what they look like. So these shells are quite big, and they're quite thick as well. In fact, they're really thick, and so they need probably double or triple amount of time to boil to fully cook if you compare them with normal pasta. And but we're not going to fully boil them. We're going to boil them for about 5 minutes. The reason why is because these are going to further cook in the oven when we assemble everything together, and also if we cook it completely, they're going to lose its shape. We want it still to keep its shape so we can use it to do the filling. Now the idea about this meal, I'll show you in a bit, but anyway, the idea about this meal is to have a bit of everything. A bit of carbs, you know, just comfort food, but then the carbs will be holding all the goodness inside them. So in this situation, in this thing, they're going to be holding all the spinach and all the fibre, and obviously some cheese as well. Right, so I have obviously pre-boiled the pasta, and I only boiled this for about 5 minutes. And if you compare them with the raw pasta shells, they haven't really expanded much in size, which is really good, because if they do expand in size, then they'll become really floppy as well. And I can still feel that they're a little bit slightly raw, slightly hard. That's exactly how I want it to be, because this way it's going to be holding its shape and I can fill it up. It's like a little boat that's going to hold all the filling, right? And then the spinach. Now you can either use the spinach as raw. I would be very happy to use this as raw, but I have slightly blanched it for about 20 seconds just to shrink it in size. I don't want to cook it. I don't want to lose its goodness. And what I've done is I've cut the mozzarella up really finely, and I've made a little filling here. So this has got nothing in it except for spinach and mozzarella and 1 spoon of cream cheese, and I'm just using the cream cheese just to help bind everything together. I'm not adding any spices or any seasoning, any herbs, nothing in here, and the reason being is because I'm going to add that in the sauce. Right, so let's start filling up these pasta shells, these cangioli shells. So we're going to get some of this, pour it in there. So if you kind of work out like portion serving, I think about 6 of these shells, as long as they're filled right to the top, 6 of these shells will be enough for 1 person. And you know, you want to fill them as much as you can, because in every bite you want to have that really goodness of spinach and that nutty flavour from the mozzarella cheese. Okay, and I think 5 or 6 of them should be enough. Obviously, if you're going to be making a big portion, you know, a family size, then you can do more. But I'm actually going to be making some individual portions. I'll show you why and how. I've got more of this filling. I'm just making enough for 1 portion right now, just to show you, give you an idea. So, like I mentioned to you earlier, I'm just going to take some out of here. Put it in here just so it's enough. Right, that's fine. That's 6 there. Just wash my hands. So, like I mentioned to you earlier, I like to make things in advance, and I like to, if they're easy to make, and if it's something I'm not going to make that often, I like to make a few of them and then maybe freeze a couple just for a rainy day. So I've got these small foil containers, and they're kind of portion sized, so they're not that big, not that small, and I'm going to be making about 6 of these dishes, and I'm going to cook 3 today, and then 3 are going to go in the freezer, because sometimes I have days where I'm not feeling too good, or then I'm in a rush, or I'm just working and I just don't have time to cook. So you know, things like this, it's really easy just to pull out of the freezer, and it's everything that's going to be going in the freezer will be fresh, so there's nothing that I'm defrosting or nothing that was previously cooked, and that just gives me that satisfaction that I'm pulling out some good food out of the freezer that I just baked myself. Because something like this takes a bit of time, takes a bit of preparation, and then if you are going to be doing it, you might as well do a couple. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some sauce. We're going to put some sauce in here, and then we're going to layer out the cangioli, and then put some sauce on top, And then this is going to go in the oven for about 10 minutes. Now, like I mentioned, I put no seasoning in here, and the reason why is because I'm going to put some seasoning in the sauce. Now, just to show you a little bit of a tip, just to save you from washing up loads and loads of dishes, I'm going to be using the whole of this jar. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a spoon, and I'm going to get my pepper and put some pepper in here. And I'm going to get some chili flakes. There's some chili flakes. I'm going to put some chili flakes in here. And then I'm going to get some, just a little bit of cumin seeds. I like the flavour of cumin seeds in sauces. I think it's probably just an Asian thing. You can add any kind of seasoning if you want, or you can leave the sauce as it is. And then I'm going to give this a mix. Get right to the bottom, and that's it. I didn't need to use any extra dishes. My seasoning is added in my sauce already, and what I'm going to do is just put a layer of this pasta sauce. Not too much, not too little. You want to allow the pasta shells to kind of sit, right? And then we're going to get the candioli shells, and then we're going to place them. And I think this dish will be enough for just 6, maybe 5, but I think I'm gonna get 6, and then that way they will all stay kind of in place. And then I'm just gonna get a little bit of sauce. You know, you don't have to do this step. I'm doing it because I just want that coverage with some pasta sauce. And then there we go. Look how pretty that looks. And then what I'm going to do is, before this goes in the oven, I'm just going to sprinkle some mixed herbs on here, and that's just going to give it that typical Italian flavour. This I got from Costco, really good value for money, and it's got all of the mixed herbs because you don't always have fresh herbs with you. Now I'm going to put this in the oven for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I don't want to put it for too long, otherwise I don't want the spinach to overcook and lose its kind of crunch, lose its essence, lose its goodness. And then here's one that I put in the oven earlier, and this just looks amazing, absolutely amazing. And the pasta shells are further cooked, and they're not dry, they're soft, they're lovely. The cheese is really nice. If you put this in the oven, if you put the mozzarella in the oven for too long, what happens is that it becomes soft and then stretchy, and then it shrinks back again and becomes really hard and starts crumbling, and then you kind of lose that stretchiness in the mozzarella, the whole fun of it. And so it's going to taste this as well. That tastes lovely. Really nice, and I think I added the perfect amount of seasoning in the jar because that's exactly how I would like it. Now, some people would have this as a one biter, but I think that would be enough for me and probably one of my kids. I think that's a 1.5 meal, but still perfect for a family to make a couple of these. And if you want to make it in a big dish, you can as well. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and if you did, then try and make it at home and send me some videos and send me some pictures. And hopefully when the classes start again, I think this is one of the recipes that I'm going to make in the class and show you how easy it is and how versatile you can be. You don't have to stick to the rules, you don't have to stick to the recipe, you can use all sorts of different vegetables. So I've tried this with courgettes and roasted peppers, and then another one I've tried is pumpkin. Yes, pumpkin. The filling of pumpkin is really nice. Pumpkin goes really well with mushrooms, and if you want to add some chestnut, some hazelnuts in it as well, really nice. So we'll try that one day in the class. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I shall see you soon, next week probably. So just show you this. This is the one that's not cooked. This one that's cooked. Alright guys, take care and see you around.